Struggling to use that Kirby zip brush effectively? Then this could be the video for you. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Kirby and household products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. So a lot of people have been struggling to use the Kirby zip brush. I thought it was about time I showed people how to use it correctly. Right, so the original Kirby zip brush came in a bag. It was released in 1984 with the Heritage 2. So it was an upgrade from Kirby's previous power tool model. There was a lot of air power tools run with the handy butler back in the day. The Heritage 2 was a step forward for Kirby, and it came in a nice chrome finish. So the design of it hasn't really changed. This design carried on straight through to the Generation 3, Generation 4, right through to the G7, and then when the Centria came out, the Centria design did change a little bit, but it was still the same theoretic design. There are two differences between them. The brush roll out of the Centria obviously won't fit in an earlier model, and vice versa. They work on exactly the same principle of a spinning turbine brush powered by air, and that moves up and down constantly, which agitates. So if we look at the original one and compare that to the Avalir, you've got the same turbine design, which spins 3 brushes, moves up and down, moves up and down. So that's what I like about Kirby. If it isn't broke, they don't need to fix it. And this is still the same design that's been carried on for the past 42 years and works really, really well. Now when you're using your Kirby zip brush, obviously you've got to clean it over time. It's designed to remove dust and pet hairs from furniture. So obviously over time, you're going to get a little bit of dog hair wrapped around there, obviously human hair, just like you do with the brush roll, and it's pretty easy to keep it clean. Avalir design is just a push on the button there, that pops out. You can clean in there, you can clean the brush, everything like that. Clean inside there, make sure there's no debris in there. And it's a pretty simple design to keep running efficiently. Over time, you may need to service it. I will link a video at the end of this one, how to service your Kirby zip brush, because you can actually take these apart and fully service them, save buying a new one. And then when we jump over to the Generation series, it's exactly the same system. Pops out exactly the same as the original Kirby zip brush did. So you just push there, that pops out, and it's the same sort of design. So you can see they're really easy to keep clean, really easy to maintain, and it is a really good design. 42 years later, it's still working great. So when cleaning your couch, 9 times out of 10, you would have had included an upholstery tool, which is this one here. This works really, really well, but if you've got an older settee and you want something with a bit more agitation, then you may have opted for the Kirby zip brush. Now when you're connecting the Kirby zip brush, the same as the upholstery tool, don't just push it in because it will come off. You want to push in and twist right or left, whichever way you twist it when you turn it on. You twist it the same to disconnect it. So if you twist it right, that won't come off, and then you twist it left to get it off. If you twist it left, it won't come off, so you twist it right to release it, just like so. Also, when using the Kirby zip brush, this spins, so this can be able to spin, and also it needs to be able to go up and down. So when applying pressure with the Kirby zip brush, we don't push down hard, so we flatten the bristles, because what it's going to do, like electric toothbrush, it's going to stop this spinning. Also, it could damage your suite as well, because it's trying to turn and it's just spinning, and you're getting a lot more friction than you should do, and you're just flattening the brushes and damaging them. So when you use the Kirby zip brush, it's just a light brush across as that's spinning. Don't have to push down. The Kirby will do all the work, and the zip brush will go up and down, giving it a bit of agitation and just tapping that same sort of vibration as what it does when it's an upright, but it's doing the same with the zip brush, and it works really, really well. This suite is a brand new settee, and I've been using the zip brush on it from day one, and it works great. As you can see, it hasn't damaged it in any way, and this has been vacuumed with the Kirby zip brush for around 12 weeks now. And don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Kirby products, and make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so just tried that quick brief tutorial on how to use the Kirby zip brush. It's really easy to use, as I've showed in the video. I didn't have the Kirby running, there's no point. I just wanted to demonstrate for those new owners how to use this Kirby zip brush, and it's a great upgrade from the upholstery tool if you haven't already got one. There will be links down in the description below to my Kirby store for any replacement parts that you may need for your Kirby, or even a zip brush. Now, for those of you looking at servicing your Kirby zip brush, check out this video next, and for those of you looking for the best way to service your Kirby, check out this video next. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, happy cleaning, and I'll catch you next one.
Used to be a night of mine.